What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of SHOWMEZ. We are live once again. We love having you guys all out here with us. We're having so much fun doing the live thing, and I hope you're all out there having a good time with us. Be sure, if you're joining us, to share the broadcast. Hashtag SHOWMEZ. Share it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you do your social media stuff. We want to see more and more people joining us here live. We got so much fun stuff in store for you. So joining us now is, as always, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Coling.
What up?
Oh, what the heck?
Oh,
Jer.
It's been going for 5 minutes.
And then now when you get on, oh my gosh!
No, don't worry, man. Take longer. It's fine.
Yeah, no. Nate's got it down. He's
you ain't
camera
got nothing
shy,
on Will
folks.
Schustrick, buddy. Will
yeah,
Schustrick's
you might be right.
That's true.
Yep.
We should have him on and just see how long he can spin a disc. It'll probably be hours. So yeah, what's up, Nate? So since you seem to be able to hold a conversation and not even be phased and spinning the disc, how's it going over there, man?
Oh, I'm good. The weather's been fantastic. Happy to be on SHOWMEZ doing it again.
Heck yeah. What's the weather been like? I mean, what is fantastic for you?
It's been perfect. I haven't disc golfed at all, which is too bad, but it's been perfect. The weather is so nice. I've been building some garden beds. Got 5 yards of dirt dumped in the driveway. It's probably too much, but that's the minimum you can get delivered. So I got a mountain of dirt out there, and I got to get to shoveling.
That's awesome. Well, what about you, Jerm?
I can attest that is a large amount of dirt. I did a FaceTime with Coraline earlier today, and Nate also was there, but it was mostly just a conversation between Coraline and I. And I got a little view of the front yard and got to see some of those garden boxes that Nate's working on. And there is a large amount of dirt. But it actually, it's similar to us down here in North Carolina. Jules is busy making a garden. Actually, we're pretty much done with the gardening part. And now we're working on the garage stuff and just basically doing all the housework that we've put off forever, So I guess probably a lot of people are doing the same thing, just taking care of stuff that you really didn't think you'd ever want to do again. But here we are.
Yep. Awesome. Well, everyone's doing great. Apparently, everyone's doing plenty of yard work, enjoying the weather, whether or not you're practicing disc golf or not, just enjoying life, making the best of it. So that's always good. I know us over here, we got me, Michael, and Jerry over here in Casa de Jomez. We're having a good time too. Just steady working hard for all you folks out there, building SHOWMEZ, coming up with as much content as we can. We're having so much fun doing it. Hopefully you've all been enjoying it. We know that we see a lot of people coming in. Still, people are pouring in right now. Again, share the broadcast, hashtag SHOWMEZ. We're about to get into it, so I don't want anyone to miss out. We had like 1,000 people a couple weeks ago. I think we had 1,100 people, concurrent live last week, and this week we're hoping to have even more. So just get in there. We got the comment feed going crazy right now. I think you all know what time it is, though.
Isn't it? That's how we... Those viewers, we got late night time slot now.
Oh, they got the prime time.
We got moved.
Hold on a second. We just had a first ever. I'm the designated getting cut off by the SHOWMEZ bumper guy. That just happened to Nate for the first time ever. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to call that a mistake on your part, but I'm going to say he's not flawless, ladies and gentlemen.
It's history.
It's history.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, here goes. We got to go straight into fails. You guys, it's fails time.
Oh, come on.
We're just going to start off with fails every time. Let's do it. I love it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get my fail.
Well, I don't think he's going to hit a tree.
That would be... Oh!
Oh, it's water.
That's wet. Yes! It made it all the way to the lake. Oh, that is a beautiful... That is one of the longest grip locks I have ever seen. He has still not released that disc yet.
When we started trying to do this segment with the fails, this shot came to me in a dream.
That is...
I've already seen
the words out of my mouth.
Exactly what I'm looking for.
Oh, boy. If you guys haven't seen Mike in person, that is Follow Fight Mike, and that is his catchphrase.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a tumble right there. That is actually reminiscent of my tee shot. Yeah, it wasn't a bad release. That's why I think it reminds me a little bit of my tee shot on hole 1 at Texas State's 2017.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a bad. Oh gosh, I'm just glad to see no
look
ankles
out.
were ripped up there.
He's smiling.
But good release.
He gets up.
Yeah,
smiling.
he took that one like a champ, kind of like Paul Ulibarri last week.
All right, Jordan, you asked for it. We're about to go to
Italy.
2017 Texas State.
Are you serious?
Here it is, hole 1, round 1.
Oh my god!
It's pretty wide open over to the left, but pretty open hyzer. Whoa.
Oh boy.
Can't quite
Look
see
at that
it.
release, though,
That was a
folks.
big slip.
Killer
I'm
shot.
on the ground right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think we may get a look at it.
okay. Ooh! Watch the fall through.
Big man down.
Oh man.
But the shot really turned out okay, and you didn't hurt yourself.
All
I
right,
actually
hold
turned that into a sexy pose for a while, so I wish we could have seen more of that. And that
Redemption putt.
Oh, yeah. Redemption putt. I'll take
Okay.
the redemption.
He got a birdie laying on his
We
back.
Yeah.
got to pause this real quick. Right after this exact moment, I turned to Jonathan because I knew he was off to my right, and I turned it into like one of those like sexy poses, and I was sure that he was going to put it in the coverage, and I was so bummed out when he didn't.
You know what,
But,
Jordan? I think I don't have it with me right now, but it's got to be there because I think I was still rolling, but for some reason it just kind of we moved past it. And I like this pose better. I mean, look at the leg. You got the leg almost fully extended.
I can't believe my career didn't end on that tumble. I mean, it looked like every single piece of my body just like collapsed and simultaneously. Oh,
Well,
still got the bird, baby.
I'm glad we got to throw back to that one. Let's keep going.
Oobly.
All right, what's
Yeah,
going
a
on
little
here?
putt. Whoa.
What was that? What just happened?
I think the branch. I think maybe we got to put in a call to the greenskeeper on this course. There appears to be a branch 6 inches from the chains.
It like rides it all the way to the basket, and then it's like, nah.
To be fair, that may have been too high, but we'll never know. It looked like a pretty decent putt, but that's pretty funny. Ugly.
Oh, we've seen this movie, the Super
Oh
Win.
gosh, this guy's just laughing. Why don't you try it, buddy?
Zero chance of making this.
Oh, we've seen too many people try to go for that putt. Uh-oh.
No way.
That's got steam. Oh my God, it's still going.
It's not rolling. It's
That's
just
tumbling. That's
Yeah.
a tumbleweed.
yeah, it is.
Yes. This is the moment where his buddy
That's
says,
awesome.
"Hey, dude,
He has no idea.
that
He's turning
disc
to the
came.
camera like that's a pretty good layup. And then
That thing
there
was
it goes.
flat on the ground, man. That thing was completely horizontal.
Wow.
That is unbelievable. That is epic. I love that you guys just. Oobly. I love that you guys have these cameras rolling. This is just excellent.
Ooh,
Oh.
trampoline.
Okay, hold on a second. Can we pause this real quick? All right. I don't know if I even want to watch this, to be honest with you, because if this dude does something and he hurts it, this is the fail segment. So unless we have a Skyak type fail, win, I don't want to watch this because trampolines scare the crap out of me.
Put your hand over your eyes and I'll make a noise that lets you know if it's a win or a fail.
All right, here, you can resume the play.
No, wow. Okay, it's a win. It's a win. We had a backflip. I think maybe like a forehand, kind of under the body. Wow, that's cool.
Oh my God, that is so creative.
Nice.
And he sticks the landing too. That's not the hardest part about it, but that's insane. We've seen the Simon. One of the first trick shots that we saw Simon do was a trampoline backflip putt, but that was a backhand, and he was facing it. That was an upside down under his body sidearm. That was insane.
I never threw anything that cool in with a backflip, but I remember having a trampoline and I had a homemade basket next to it, and me and my brother would jump on the trampoline and we'd be like,
God.
"Last putt for the win, earthquake!" and try to and try to make the putt. And we'd be like, well, dude, I mean, we played the whole tournament and now it's earthquake. What are you going to do?
So what was the result? What happened?
Well, I mean, I won a lot.
That's an unfinished story.
I mean, it's not like we did it only once. We probably did that 100 times.
Yeah,
It was the World Championship too, wasn't it?
Of course.
It was the World Championships too, correct?
Oh, I don't even know if it was league night, I think. Pretending to be at league night. I don't know.
That was your ambition? Your dreams were at winning league night and you failed over and over again?
You got to remember.
At least failed the World Championships, man.
No, you don't know what it's like, man. I got a VHS for Christmas of the World Championships. Like, you started disc golfing and you were like, oh, I know about the Worlds. I know that there's pros. No, man, I built this basket from a kit that we bought online out of like wood and like garden supplies.
I had a PVC pipe soccer goal, and I was dreaming of saving the penalty kick to win the World Cup when I was a kid. So don't tell me I don't know what it's like, buddy. Just because it wasn't with disc golf. I was dreaming big before you even knew what dreams were.
You don't know what it's like, buddy. Let's move on.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, as you know, we're having so much fun going through all these fail clips with all of you. Every week, every day, it's like they're pouring in. So please be sure to keep on sending your clips in. Email us at SHOWMEZ@JomezPro.com. I never get tired of looking at them. Jerry's the one like in charge of sorting through all the clips, and I know he's just like, he loves it. He loves just bringing me clips. Once a week, it's just like, here's 30 more. And I'm still amazed. I said it last week. I'm amazed at how many of you either have these in your camera roll from however long ago or just are always rolling, just waiting for your buddies to mess up or something. It's great. You guys are doing an amazing job. We're having so much fun.
It's like 50% of the content of the show pretty much right now is other people.
Hey, people are loving it, though. Folks, if you're loving what we're doing right now, I know we're having a good time. Be sure to share the broadcast. Hashtag SHOWMEZ on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you got. We're going to keep on rolling. So as you know, every week we've been pulling something from the JomezPro vault. We started out from the first live episode, 2012 Worlds in Charlotte. Last week was 2013 Texas States here in our home state of Texas. We had poor Yuli on, just having to suffer through the whole thing, and the whole world was laughing at his expense. But it was great. I mean, I don't know. I think he just was such a good sport about it. So, you know, we certainly appreciated that. So now we're gonna go 1 year later, to 2014, to the Glass Blown Open in Emporia, Kansas. It was our first time to go to GBO. We never heard about it before, and it was still just kind of gaining its momentum. It was our first time ever going out of state for a tournament, so of course we were stoked to be there. And that was a whole 6 years ago now, which is crazy to think about. And so yeah, we're gonna go back to that, and we're gonna need a little bit of help. We're gonna bring on a guest to help us get through this. So without further ado, let's bring him in, Mr. Simon Lizotte.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. The microphone is on, and hey guys, I'm so excited and happy to join you guys 6 years ago at the GBO. Was that my first appearance on Jomez ever? And now 6 years later, we're together on a live YouTube show. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I don't even think I'd ever even met you before that day, because 2014 was, we might have done Texas State right before that. I'm not sure if you were there. If you were, like, I don't think you were on our card. But yeah, that was our first time to ever meet you. So it's just crazy to see how far everything has come in 6 short years, really.
Simon, did you see last week's episode with Paul as the guest?
Yeah, it was absolutely perfect. I loved every minute of it.
You might, I don't know what's coming, but I'm worried that you might not enjoy what's coming next.
What do you mean?
Well, if Yuli was any indication, we're going to see Simon have a really hard day.
Well, as far as I remember, the 2014 GBO was one of the best weeks in my career for me. So let's see if we can.
Okay, maybe this is going to be different. Maybe we just reserve that for Yuli. Maybe we get to see some great shots.
Or maybe you think that we're going to watch the 2014 GBO, and we actually made a compilation video of your fails, and we're going to get a reaction video live in front of the whole world.
As long as it's not the GBO after party, I'm safe.
Oh my God. Oh man. So yeah, a couple days ago we had Germ and Simon get on and do commentary, much needed, much deserved commentary on that round, the final round from the 2014 Glass Blown Open, because back then we were not doing commentary. We were just getting started and didn't really have it all down yet. So we're going to play a quick little highlight from that. And so yeah, let's take a look.
I remember this intro.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm sorry.
Oh yes, the spinning disc.
Who threw that?
That was me.
Uh,
Michael made the song and
Why do-
everything, just like always.
Why do we all have our hands in that trophy? Only one of us gets to walk away with it.
The nerves were real, and I remember this was obviously my first year in the States, my first time leading a big tournament, and jamming on Paramore. It's amazing.
And I think this was the first year that we got to choose our own intro song. And so this was a really fun thing that we got to add. And what a killer tee shot to start off like that.
Yeah, of course, this was a crazy par 4 to start the round. What was it, par 3? Did they call it par 3?
Alright.
Probably par 3.
I just need you to be quiet for a second. Hey. So, can we pause this real quick, Mike? I had completely forgotten what song I had chosen to be my last round tee-off song. So when I stepped up, that was a genuine reaction. I had no idea what was coming up, and I could not hold it together. The fact that the disc came out of my hand forward, I remember feeling like super accomplished. Anyways, let's get back to it.
That was really funny. I thought that was really funny. I'm trying to recall what was going through my mind during this round. It's hard to remember. It's 6 years ago. I just remember I wanted to play a solid first couple of holes, just get into the flow, and then just try to let everyone else just make mistakes. And I'm just gonna try and play it safe-ish. And I remember watching you guys make mistakes, and I was like, cool, this worked out just like I wanted it. But nowadays, I know that so much more worries and thoughts go into my brain when I'm playing. And I think that comes with age, that the younger you are, the less you care, the less worries you have. And I wish I could go back to this younger mentality where it's just whatever, I'm just out here playing.
Took a big number on that one, and Cam either just got it safe or birdied it, but it was the difference maker.
Wow, my form looks, to me, so different. I don't know if it is different, but it just looks like, what am I doing? I'm such I can't believe I threw the world record that year. I'm just such a skinny kid. How?
You just have this loosey-goosey form that is now turned into a little bit more you understand your body more now, I think, and so it looks a little bit more structured. Before you were just flailing limbs, but you had such incredible athleticism and timing that you made it work for you, and it wasn't unstructured. It just was not quite as, oh goodness. Ricky's still throwing 500 feet while falling down with his forehand. Jeez. And speaking of records, you broke a record for the longest roller I've ever seen on this hole. This is the famous roller hole, the famous Eagle McMahon throwing from 380 sidearm hole. This hole's had a lot of great memories.
Yeah, I think that's why they never changed it. I think it's pretty much exactly the same still. And I was always confused why that roller got so much attention, just because come on, it was a terrible shot.
Your idea of a terrible shot is different than everyone else's, Simon. So, I think if anyone threw an 800-foot roller and it went out of bounds and it was pin high with a par 4, I don't think they would call it a terrible shot. I think they would say that's the most incredible thing I'll ever do in my entire life.
Given the ability that I have to throw really hard, it's just under those circumstances, it was a bad shot. Wait, that went in? Paul.
he looked over at us and gave us that little like Paul Macbeth like smile.
That was like a sarcastic fist pump too. I love it.
There you go.
Nice.
That was so much fun. I'm so glad that we got you guys together to finally put commentary on that track. Folks, that was only like 4 minutes of a full round. Some of you were confused there saying that the guys changed clothes. Sorry if that was confusing. That was, like I said, from a couple days ago. So if you want to make sure to tune in for that, it's releasing tomorrow on JomezPro at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. We look forward to having you guys on there. We're going to premiere it, get on there, and see who wants to kind of go through that round with us. So, yeah, Nate, I know you were kind of, I don't know, hope you don't feel left out on that, but you didn't you didn't go to GBO that year, did you?
No, I'd never been there. I never played that orientation with that whole one where they were going down the hill. I mean, the whole one now is still downhill, I guess, or now they've changed it even more. Now it's that super long one, but whatever. No, I hadn't been there yet. Cool to see it. Cool to see you way back, and yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind a night off, man. Don't worry.
That course, like that hole itself, hole one used to be epic, but the thing is the Emporia Country Club has had so many design iterations that have changed, and then in that process they've lost a lot of really great holes, but in turn they've added probably 5 or 6 to maybe even more, even way better holes, and we talk about that a little bit. Look at that. Simon's got the trophy right there.
Nice.
I've had my hands on that trophy. But
oh, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
But yeah, the outfits is actually kind of funny. And we talk about this a little bit in the commentary. So whenever that drops, you need to go watch that. But Simon still has the exact same outfit that he was wearing all the way back in 2014. And I've changed sponsors since then. So I don't have the same outfit, but I try to match it as close as possible just to be in the spirit with Simon. So, but that was that was a really cool event. I remember that was your breakout event, Simon. That was your introduction to winning on the an international stage, at least over here in America. And that must have meant so much to you.
Simon, you're muted.
You're muted, Simon.
Thanks, Jonathan. Yeah, I was saying that you guys, this was all pre-Big Sexy. This was pre-Jomez, basically. And this was before I've won any tournaments against any American players. So I think for kind of disc golf in Europe in general, that was one of the bigger steps since Marcus Schellstrom and Jesper Lundmark were like the 2 guys to beat in Europe. And this was also before the GBO was one of the greatest events we have in the sport. So all around a cool throwback and good to see where we kind of all started. And yeah, now we're here. It's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. So real quick, Simon, I know you've been very busy. Just give us the quick rundown of what have you been up to even in just the last few days.
Oh, if subscribe to my YouTube channel, that's basically what I've been up to. Working on that. Discmania, obviously everyone in the disc golf world is, not just in the disc golf world, in the world is trying to figure out what to do right now. No one can predict what is going on or when we can start up a normal life again. I'm trying to be productive, trying to put a smile on people's faces, keep them entertained, and of course stay healthy and keep everyone in the friends and family zone just up to date and make sure everyone's good.
Yeah,
I've been loving it. I'm a subscriber. Let me get that out of the way. I'm a subscriber. And I'm watching all of them. And I sent Simon a video the other day because my daughter Coraline is loving it. And like the other day, I put a basket down in my backyard, and Coraline was like, "What are you doing, Daddy? What are you doing?" I said, "I'm gonna try to throw it in there." And she said, "Oh, like Simon, he's my friend."
Oh my God.
And I was like, "Yeah,
adorable.
just like Simon." And then later that day, she said, "I want to watch Simon. He's my friend." So yeah, we've been taking in vlog after vlog, loving them.
Yeah,
That's a big deal.
Out of all the messages we get, I think on tour or whatever it is, like a message from a kid that looks up to you or that is like inspired by you in any way, that's like one of the coolest messages you can get. So I really appreciated that.
Well, you got a friend in Coraline, man. She'll be there for you.
I love
And
it.
Coraline's a tough judge. Ask Coraline what she thinks about Jerry. I don't like him. That's what she says every time. So, when Coraline says that you're my friend, that's a big compliment.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Simon, for joining us. We had such a good time with this. So again, want to make sure everyone tunes in tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to premiere the full round of the 2014 Glass Blown Open final round with commentary by Jeremy Colling and Simon Lizotte. I'm not even sure what name you guys settled on. It kind of just goes back and forth, so I decided just to say your given names.
Well, let's get some comments. Like, we need to know for future commentaries, because obviously Nate's got daddy duty. He can't always make it to all the events, and Simon and I seem to go to most of the big events. Is it going to be Big German, or do you guys want Simon and Germfunkel? I mean, it's basically narrowed down to those two. You let us know what you think is the best, and we'll go with that.
That sounds good. All right, Simon. We will see you. I'm sure we'll have you on again. Have a good one. Keep it up. Be sure you're subscribed to Simon Lizotte on YouTube. If you're not, what are you even doing with your life?
All right, guys. Keep killing it, and thanks for the entertainment.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Catch you later.
All right, get him out.
All right. That was so much fun. All right. So last week, we kind of did our first ever, we dug up something, not really dug up, something that was already doing really well on the internet, kind of disc golf related. We did the Sound of Silence. That was a lot of fun to watch. Hopefully all of you have gotten a chance to check that out. I think Tony Yu was out there just, we have so many people just like him that are out here just kind of making the best of being stuck at home, not really having a whole lot to do, getting creative with whether it's writing a whole parody like of a song that already exists, or just coming up with things that are kind of based off of what disc golfers are doing. And so let's preview another clip that we found this week out there on the internet.
It's gotta get wider. Gotta get wider. There we go. Reach it back, baby. Clench those butt cheeks. Oh. Simon was just on the show. Now he's on the screen here. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You're in two places at once, man. This is crazy. It's important to dig that foot and kick it.
Oh, scorpion kick.
Yeah, scorpion kick. Steve Rico taught him that, I think. He's still trying to figure out your hand flip, Nate. The hand flip.
Not as easy as it looks.
No, I've tried it for years. I don't know how to do it.
Ah, there you go, the little...
Yeah. Now, I don't think he did a good eagle, because eagle looks like he's falling forward. Oh, that's a good page. But eagle looks like he's going to trip if he doesn't take the next step. So he's got to get the eagle stomp down better. He's still trying to figure out the Nate Sexton flip. He not very good progress. Nice raptor, Rick. Who's this?
Oh,
yeah, that's my boy. Not really my boy, but I wish he was. I like LeBron.
That was Brody.
Brody? Oh,
yeah, it was Brody Smith, man. That's why the PDGA number was blanked out. It's Brody Smith.
Oh, well then he is my friend.
Yeah.
What's this?
Okay, now where are we?
Oh, I think I know what this is. Yes! Oh. I don't know how Paige
look at the tiny waves.
That's accurate.
Oh, James.
Look, there's jello rope on the ground too. You see that?
Yeah. That's a James run for sure.
No. Oh, that was my favorite so far. That was perfect. Oh, that needs to be about 4 feet higher for Sarah. It needs to be about 4 feet higher.
Got to jump out of the way. Jump out of your own hat.
Only if the hat falls off.
Oh,
There it is.
Gotta have it.
Yes. And this is still Barsby.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. I can't.
No comment.
No.
Greg.
Oh, this is hometown hero Michael Johansson. He doesn't even look at his putt going in. There's no vocals here, but as long as he goes meh with his putt, that would be the perfect MJ. He's got to do a little head tilt.
Get a bazooka.
Oh, you know, a bazooka or an arrow, one of the two. Oh, we got bazooka coming. Oh!
Whoa. He's out of here.
Bye, dude. We'll see you, Ballard. Bye.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, he's planting the basket back. That's a considerate disc golfer. But he's taking out. What's he? I don't know what he's doing now. Follow this man. This guy has good content.
For the bazooka.
Oh, that was so good.
And here he is. We are joined by
Matt.
What's up, guys?
Matt Ballard.
Is my mic
the
on?
dude, y'all.
Your mic is
yeah.
on.
That was fantastic. And I really loved, I know we talked to you about it via comment, but the meme thing with the girl getting into college that you did with the Jomez hat was so funny.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I put that on Reddit, man. That kind of got a little traction. It was pretty funny.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I'm always rocking the points.
I hope that I can be the Joe Rogan for the dude who had the Instagram handle just like blow up when Joe Rogan said, "You go follow this guy's Instagram page because he always puts out good content." I tried following this dude's Instagram page, and it literally the servers and Instagram wouldn't allow me to do it because many people were doing that. I want people to do that with everything Ballard, because everything that I've seen from you so far has been very entertaining. Yes, and I've hearted
Thanks,
almost
but
all
I really
of them,
appreciate
so.
that, man.
Of course, man. I mean, at this time, what else do we have to do besides provide entertainment? You know, Simon Lizotte out there creating the content, and you're doing your thing in your house with. Is that your roommate or is that just your friend or what?
What's that?
You did the indoor. You did the mini putting thing.
Oh
with
yeah.
all
It's
the
just
lights on
it's
your
like
phone?
it's one of the 3 people that I hang out with. Yeah, I literally hang out with like 3 people, and we're kind of on the same like regimen, whatever. It's just like maybe play disc golf a little bit and then just go home. So
Right.
you know, I am sneaking in a couple rounds at the disc golf course, but I'm just being safe with it, you know.
So surely you're seeing like this has got to be a little bit different from what you were doing maybe 2 months ago. Not just like the daily life thing, but like the social media stuff and the more stuff you're putting out. Surely the following is just it's starting to build, right?
Yeah, I was thinking the other day, it's like my poor iPhone 7, it was like smoking the other day when you guys were like put your thing up. I mean, I don't have a lot of like a big following or anything, but I think my followers almost doubled in like 2 days. I was like, I couldn't even, it was just going like pretty quick. But
Nice.
man, I really appreciate all the love, dude. It's awesome, man.
Dude,
Hell
it's
yeah.
all you. We're just having fun, just finding this content, and it's like, it's not to say that we found it. I mean, you've already been on Reddit and Instagram and Facebook. I know I think you told me earlier that the putting impressions part 1, you put it straight to Facebook before you even put it to YouTube, right?
Yeah, a friend of mine, Brad Schick, actually, he hit me up and asked me to share it on my actual page so we can, you know, people can publicly share it. And as soon as I did that, it was like 10,000 views in a matter of like hours. And I was like, oh, what just happened? And I was kind of bummed that I didn't put it. What's that?
Did you just casually name drop Brad Schick, one of the best players in Columbus disc golf history?
He was the first dude that was like, make that public so I can share it, like straight up.
Brad Schick is legend. If you guys don't know Brad Schick, y'all need to do your disc golf research, dig back into the histories of time. And he's still a baller up in the Ohio area. But yeah, that dude was like running things in the 2000s. That was the guy you had to go past in the Cleveland, Columbus, anywhere in the Ohio Midwest area.
He still kills it. But yeah, I mean, low key name drop, but like no, he reached out to me and was just like made it happen for me. So I'm here on this show, which is pretty crazy.
That's
big time.
That's great. So I know everyone's gonna be asking. You might have already talked about it. I'm not sure. Surely there's gonna be a putting impressions part 3.
There's going to be as many. Here's the thing with them. The more obscure that I get, I don't think they'll be as funny. So like the main people that have those sort of nuances that you can kind of accentuate. But then it's like if, I do some guy from wherever that nobody really knows who it is, it would be funny to like a group of people.
Like a Jeremy Colling, for example.
Wow.
He's
just
in the
like
list.
a schlum like Jeremy Colling.
He's in the list. He's in the list.
Like funny.
Sure.
It's like funny to the right people.
Exactly. Yeah. But I mean,
I think it was funny. I know him. I think it was funny.
I got you on it. I got you in that one.
Well, I have this right here. If you want a little help with the flip.
Oh snap! Let me see it. What's good with it?
You guys want to know? I can get it right here.
Yeah, let's see it.
Here's the key. This is the thing everyone messes up, and this
everyone needs to pay attention to this.
Everybody's trying to do that flip with 2 hands, and that's why you're waggling it all over the place.
Sure.
You pinch it like that, and then the flip is all in the right hand only.
So you're just I can see what's going on. Yeah. You're just letting go with your left hand, kind of like using it as a support on the side.
Yeah, but don't try to drive it with both hands. It's got to be one, or else you start getting this thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would have never guessed
Not
that.
a steering wheel.
Only use the right hand.
I expect to see I'm going to be out there at courses, and I see the flip move skyrocketing, just like his follower count. Now that I gave that little tutorial, everybody get your flips going.
There you go.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and do one thing real quick before we have to say goodbye to Matt. Everyone always puts me on the spot for this, and I hate it. So I, for one, am not going to put myself on the spot. I'm going to put you on the spot. Can you do just the smallest little sample of the lip roll made famous by U.S. beatbox champion Napalm?
Napalm, yeah.
It is a dope beatbox sound. And if you guys don't know, I love beatbox. I've always tried to beatbox. I do a lot of it on a very amateur level. This dude up here can beatbox and hit some sounds that I've never been able to create. I'd love to hear it right now.
All right, I got you on one.
I can't eat.
All right, 10 more
good.
seconds. Work that into a beat real quick.
Oh man!
Come on.
How many people am I going to be embarrassed in front of? He's got the throat bass. I can't do that. Here's the funny thing, Germ. I made a story one day about making a sound, and people replied to it trying to make it, and then Germ just shows up in my replies. He's walking around his house in a robe, beatboxing, and it was just like, you know what I'm talking about? It was so funny. But then,
that's all I've worn for the last 4 weeks.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
And then later, he actually sent me one. He actually sent me one later of like a proper one. So we kind of go back and forth now, just like replying every like once a week of just like some random beatboxing or whatever. I'm not going to embarrass myself.
Right.
I need, like I said before, I got to shape up a little bit.
It sounds like the two things
that
that the public needs from you now is more putting impersonations, and then now we got to get Matt and Germ together to do a beatboxing collab. That's the two things we're going to be looking for. One more time, we're going to put up your socials right here. Be sure to go and subscribe on YouTube, Everything Ballard, and at Instagram, Everything Ballard. Matt, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you letting us share your work with on the show. We had so much fun with it. Have a good one, man.
Have a good one, brother.
All right. That was, oh my gosh, that's so much fun. I love just wasn't that like, be sure to leave a comment if you haven't already. What was your favorite impersonation that Matt just did? I think I have my favorite.
The James one is too good, man.
That's
It's too
okay. That's
perfect.
gonna be my top two. Then James is my
He does
James is
the
my second. But the
wave,
Calvin,
like-
I don't think that you can do a Calvin Heinberg better than what Matt did. The squinting and the
It's almost not
he
even
nailed
fair
it.
because the Calvin one is so much funnier just because you're like, what even am I watching? Well, he's just like squinting into the camera for 10 straight seconds. And then it's got a big advantage over the other ones, in my opinion, which makes it the funniest.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Well, if those of you that follow our social media, we sent out a post about 4 days ago. We were asking people, what is your favorite snack to have out on the course? And we had tons of feedback. We really appreciate it. Well, that wasn't just to get a conversation going. It was to have something that we're going to introduce next week. Right, Nate?
Oh, yeah. We're bringing in Munch Madness. And, with this new late time slot, this is important for me because this is really messing up my dinner plans coming in here at 7 p.m. So what we're going to do, take all those suggestions. We're going to get a little bracket built. Take your jerkies, take your seeds, take your energy bars. We're going to crown the ultimate disc golf snack. Fruits are going to be in there, all of it, dried, fresh, everything. And me and Germ are going to taste them. We're going to vote. If we have an impasse, we'll bring Jonathan in, get him tasting something. He'll break
I'm down
ties.
with that.
And we'll see where we get to. We're going to figure out what the ultimate disc golf snack is.
And we're eventually going to explain why Spitz cracked pepper seeds won in the long shot. I mean, how it's crazy that we're doing all this, considering the winner is so obvious to so many people. So,
well, good
but
thing
it's
you're not
a
the
very
only judge. That's all I'm gonna say. Jeez.
Whoa.
That's your
Yeah,
favorite
all right,
thing
look,
to have
look.
on the course is
I
just
didn't play
a
baseball.
handful of sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seeds that is a snack and activity, as David Seeds say on the back of their package. I don't eat David Seeds though, but a snack and activity, that's a snacktivity that keeps you entertained and it keeps you I don't know.
Yeah,
It's good.
I don't know either.
Seeds
You're
are the
bored.
best.
If you're getting that bored playing disc golf, man, you got more problems than we need to get in right now.
I'm just saying. I mean, like birdie, bogey, birdie, par, bogey. I mean, it's just we all been there, and it's like, oh. Just
Let's
give me
let
to
the
after
bracket.
party.
We'll let the bracket
okay,
decide.
so-
Get back here. We're going Munch Madness. We're gonna get to eat snacks on camera. I'm gonna do it really close to the camera. Sounds will be heard.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be munching right into the microphone.
yeah, well,
Same here.
so it'll
Same
basically
here.
just be for Jim. It'll be another day at the office.
Sure.
All right.
Put your robe on. Get your beatbox going.
You took it
Okay.
too.
So starting next week, Munch Madness. We're gonna have a ton of fun with it. Thank you all for all the feedback you've put. We've already compiled the data. We're gonna get ready for this thing starting next week. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. All right, now it is time for the Q&A portion of the show. We put out a post on Monday morning, as we always do, and got a couple really good ones from the social medias. Those people also get entered to win a giveaway. If we pick your question from the social media post early in the day, then you get entered to win a $20 gift card to the JomezPro.com shop. So thank you so much for all the people that are getting involved there. Going in there, getting entered to win some good stuff. We got the socks, we got the Signature Series discs, we got the shirts and the hats, and of course the 2020 Big Sexy Designs.
Yeah.
So be sure to start pouring in your comments down there. We're gonna pick some, but we're gonna first start out with one or two from the social media. So let's see what we got coming up first. So Sean Coover from the YouTube community says, I work in media for the Marine Corps, and I've used your productions as a way to show my Marines that high-quality productions can be done in less than 24 hours. My question is, how many of you edit footage, not counting any fall-of-flight stuff? That's its own beast. So I guess that's more of for the production side, for the team. And I'm just going to give Mike a big old pat on the back. The man has basically taken the whole editing process under his wing, as far as it comes from editing all of the raw footage and even putting the graphics up on top of it. It's insane. I mean, I know Nate and Germ have been there in the house this year. We started sharing an Airbnb to kind of make the workflow better. And there's Mike just like killing it, just going 100 miles an hour. Just, it's crazy. I cannot tell you guys how much we appreciate and how important Mike is to the whole process, because he's a machine. If you were to sit there and watch him, if you're a video editor and you think you're fast, but then sometime we'll have to show that off because it's just insane.
We have to do a screen sharing, because when I saw him put together the Jomez show that we did at the memorial, he has his mouse speed. It has to be on the fastest setting, and he's going all the way across his screen, zooming, and he's like landing on the button he intends to hit next. It's already clicked before I even see the mouse move, and he's moving to the next thing. So I don't even know how you could possibly be faster. He knows all the shortcuts. So like having somebody like that on the team, that cuts down the time. I mean, if some amateur came in and didn't know what they were doing, you couldn't get it done in 24 hours. And it takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of time, and obviously you guys have put the time in, and that's how the production crews got to this point.
All right. Well, let's see. We got one more question from the social media. I know you guys are experts in the field, so I was just wondering if you could tell me the genus name for this tree.
Chinkapin, I think.
With even a picture.
Yeah, I mean.
Somebody found the elusive Chinkapin.
Germ does most of the Latin names. I kind of get that early ID in, and you know, he's famous for dipping into the genealogy.
That's the Chinkapinus borealis.
Perfect.
Oh my goodness. Well, it was a good try. It is indeed a beech.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't a beech. That was a tree. I think I know.
Is that the genus name? Beech? I don't know.
We were just trying to throw you off. That's all I got. That
not
is
possible.
beech.
Not possible.
I'm not an idiot, Jonathan.
If I knew how to say, I have it here
in
front of me, and if I knew how to say half the words in this little description of that tree, then I would. But I'm not even going to attempt that because it's not worth it.
Well, I have a question for our audience. We're going to flip this around for the Q&A. This is going to be an A and Q. Do you really think we know what we're talking about when it comes to tree genealogy? Like, have you? I mean, like, we had to do some serious research just to call. Exactly. We don't know what we're talking about.
You know, those trees, they send in the trees send in those 23andMe kits. They get their whole family history back. That's genealogy for you. Trees do it too.
Look. Shut up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we got another one coming from the feed now. Matthew Shrunk. If disc golf did not exist, what would you be doing with your lives?
Jesus Christ.
I guess we're doing it right now.
That's kind of true, right? Disc golf kind of doesn't exist at the moment.
I think I'll start.
You know what? How about this? No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna throw it off. I need Nate and Germ to answer for each other.
Oh.
Oh. All right.
So
what
Germ,
you got for me, Nate?
Like
do you have something?
No, you go.
Okay. All right.
Let me think. What would you be doing? Wow.
Nate would be he would own a small chain of grocery stores. Like a successful chain of grocery stores that would be like maybe 6 or 7 stores across the state of Oregon, and I think maybe one of them made it up into the state of Washington.
Wow, I'm probably doing better than I'm probably doing better financially there. Damn.
Yes, you're doing much better than you are now. Yes, but you had a sizable loan from your doctor wife, and your father is managing one of the stores, which is not what he wants to do, but he has to support the family.
Oh God. Okay, Germ would probably be. I feel like Germ would be like the driver. You know, when the NASCAR cars like move in their big trucks and they go in the big convoy, I feel like he'd be in there just like luxury, the nicest big rig you could be driving, and he'd be just getting it in there like, hey, don't scratch her, buddy, get out of here. Let me roll the car out for you know, whoever the racer is, you know, and you'd just be like pit boss.
Well, it'd be my twin brother Dale Jr., of course.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. But yeah, I think you'd be heading up one of those crews, getting the car from one place to the next. You'd still be living that road dog life, but it'd be a little different than disc golf.
Yeah, well, everyone knows I'm such a huge fan of not NASCAR.
Yeah, I mean, you're a road dog. You're just a road dog.
I'm a road
It's
dog.
blood.
I'm a road dog. Yeah, I could see me being a truck driver, you jerk.
No, like a sick one, though. I'm not saying just like some regular. That guy's not going to a truck stop. I'm talking about like the nicest semi, man. And this guy's like, he's got everything. He's going hotels. It's all paid. Don't worry about it. Just get the car in one piece. Get it to Talladega and get it there tomorrow.
Oh, look, let me just clarify. I'm not offended that you think I'd be a truck driver. I know that if I did truck driving, I would do it in the classiest possible way.
Oh, yeah, you would.
Very good question.
All right.
And good answer.
Let's get another one going. Redmond Disc Golf via the YouTube community. If you had to give up a major win, Germ your USDGC or Nate yours, to have one world championship, would you do it?
I'd give up Nate's USDGC world champion for sure.
No, I don't think so. I think I mean, I'd love to win the Worlds as well, but like, I don't know. I love the USDGC. It's like one of the most memorable moments of my whole life was putting it all together and getting to win that. So Worlds is great, but I think in a way I like the USDGC better because it has so much continuity with like being run by the Innova team at the same location year after year after year. And Worlds is kind of like, it's great and it's a big tournament, but there's great Worlds and there's kind of Worlds, and it's all just comes down to whatever courses you've got and how many club volunteers you've got, and it doesn't necessarily feel the same every time. Where I think the USDGC really feels like, wow, we're here, it's the end, the big show.
To answer the question from my perspective, without throwing Nate's USDGC title into the Lake Winthrop, I would say that I totally agree with Nate here. I mean, I didn't get into disc golf for the financial success of it. I think clearly, I don't think many people really did. I think maybe a few people are benefiting from disc golf blowing up, but I don't think that was the decision that I made when I was in my young 20s, that I wanted to do this for the money. Now, if I did want to do this for the money, then I would trade my USDGC title for the World Championships, because that's just financially, that's the jackpot in our sport.
Yeah.
But the USDGC is the Players Championship. That is the Masters. That is the tournament that the players want to win above all others. I mean, I think that maybe Paul and Ricky would be biased on that, and obviously Barsby would be biased on that. But
so would we. We are, and clearly we are.
Yeah, exactly. And I wouldn't want to change any piece of history that's got me to this point in my life. And the USDGC being in my backyard, it's just the most special event there is, and for me at least. And I wouldn't change it for the world. But it's a good question.
Yeah. All right. One more. We got one more from the feed, and that is Science Guy 2002. If you could throw like one other person in the disc golf community, who would it be?
I'd want to throw backhands like Martin Hendel.
Wow. See, yeah. I want that raw power, man. I want like double G backhand, like.
Ooh.
Like
he's so smooth.
Like I could just do what I always like. I could still do my forehands and do my own game, but like every time there's a little gap or I can go over some trees, I can just go crazy speed. I'll take double G.
I mean, it's funny that both of us just completely went over Paul McBeth here. It's just like, double G is not obscure. Martin Hendel is certainly much more obscure. I just love the way that he throws the flippy discs, because it kind of, in a way, it mirrors the way that I throw the forehands. And I've always wanted to have that mirror game back and forth with a backhand and forehand. And just he does it so, it's just unlike anyone else I've ever seen. And I love the way he plays. So, yeah, good answer, though. GG. That's a good answer. The way he throws the disc is fierce.
It looks fun.
It does look fun. Well, it's certainly fun to film. I know I'm always having to tell Michael when he's in the fairway, I'm like, Mike, I know we got 3 guys that are gonna throw. Like, Mike, you gotta back up a little bit, man. Like, I always tell him when it's like Simon and Double G or Drew or whoever, it's like, I know that it would be great to get all 4 of these shots, but if I have to get the one that goes 100 feet further than the rest because it's a little more spectacular, I'd rather have a good angle on that and then Jerry's angle on the other 3 if it just happens.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just like, I wish we would have said that with Simon's shot at hole 9 at Jones East when he parked the par 4, the 700-foot par 4.
Yeah.
Like, there's really like the catch cam is just like bewildered. He's just like, was just like lost.
And I remember that was
crazy.
I still remember that was Corey Merle down there on catch cam, and back then this was like 2016 maybe 2017.
That was Corey.
So well yeah, this is how long ago that was. So we were out there filming, and we had started using headsets,
God.
and you know, no one was really doing that yet. And I would tell Ian and Corey, whoever, I'd be like, yeah, you guys got to get headsets. It really makes it a lot easier. Me and Michael can talk to each other, whatever. And I don't know if they'll admit it, but I promise you, after that round, it was like, and they didn't really get that shot because Ian or whoever couldn't tell them that, hey,
Yeah.
Simon's going for the tee, but you can't do that from the tee. And because they didn't have a headset, I guarantee you shortly after Central Coast started using headsets too, because that's how valuable it is to be able to say, I got to tell Mike, hey, he's going over all the trees. Everyone else went down the gut, but he's going over the trees. So then Mike goes, okay, and he points the camera up, and all he does is he just waits because now he knows to look for that shot. So it's just funny, like how you kind of learn through situations to start kind of developing how we do our jobs. So guys like Double G.
If Corey could have heard the conversation that Simon had with me sitting there, we waited. That was right after a big backup on that hole because there was a rain delay that day.
Yeah.
And then Simon walks up to me, and we have a little bit of a tailwind. And that was also with a big storm coming in. That last round was canceled.
Mm-hmm.
And Simon had to make a move because he knew that Paul Macbeth was winning that event. We were on chase card, and Simon says to me, are you going for it? And I just looked at him. I'm like, going for what? What are you talking about? And I'm like, are you going for the pin, you animal? And then, you know, the rest is history. He put it 12 feet away.
Crazy.
That was a cool moment.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for all the questions that we've got coming in. I one day I think we're just gonna have to do like a Q&A episode where we can really just get to more than like 5 or 6 questions, because you guys are always coming up with all kinds of crazy stuff, and I love being able to put these in front of Nate and Jerm and kind of seeing their answers, and whether it's getting back into disc golf history or who they want to be or just stuff that's off the wall. Like we really appreciate it. So let's keep moving though for now. All right, so now it's time to get a little bit of trivia. We want to give some stuff away. We love having these times where we can kind of see who is going to come through with the correct answer, so that we can give some more goodies away to the JomezPro.com shop. Let's see, last 2 weeks ago, it was the first Big Sexy commentary. Then the week before that, or last week, it was the first Follow Flight. And now we're going to go with another JomezPro first, and that is going to be, I'm looking for the name of the player that threw the shot that got JomezPro on their first SportsCenter top 10. The first ace that we caught on video that got us on SportsCenter top 10. I'm just needing the name of the player. I'm not trying to get too specific. I'm not sure either one of you guys know. I know that neither one of you were at the tournament. I will say...
Oh, then I think I have a good
Jerm
guess.
wasn't there. He was going to be there, but he wasn't. It was 2015.
Does this person want to be on the top 5 all-time sidearm list? Does this?
No.
Okay, all right.
Well,
I
probably
thought it might have been
I mean, who
Ulibarri.
wouldn't want to be? Who wouldn't want to be on the list? Let's be
James,
honest.
because he would respect the list.
Yeah, that's true. He hates the list.
He
Oh,
wouldn't
I've already
respect the
seen.
list.
Okay,
Why am I
I'm
on this
seeing right
list?
answers. I think I got them faster than I wanted them. So we're gonna take the first 2 right answers that we got, and we're gonna go ahead and roll the clip to give away the answer for everyone else.
Top plays from Sunday. Number 8, disc golf.
Oh, that's in Charlotte, baby.
Nice. I remember
Yes.
this.
Yeah, that's a. Oh my gosh.
12th hole, finished 3rd in the event.
Wow.
Hello.
Wow, here in Charlotte at the R.L. Smith course that's no longer in the ground anymore. So that hole will not be aced on Jomez coverage probably ever again.
Yeah, that was July 27th, 2015. It was hole 12
Wow.
at R.L. Smith at the 21-hole salute. That was another one of the firsts for us that we weren't really getting asked very often back then in 2015 to just hop on a plane and come film a disc golf tournament. But yeah, that was our first time to ever come to Charlotte and film disc golf. And we actually ended up coming coming back later that year because then UC called us up to come to USDGC for the first time. And so I've since just fallen in love with that city. I mean, I know now why Germ loves that city so much, that area. I really do.
Boy.
And Charlotte is just, we have so much fun every time we go. A lot of it is just because we get so hyped to come to USDGC, which is really like the only big event that we do in that area. But we usually try to get there early and stay late, and just it's just a great area. So of course, R.L. Smith was.
I just found out the other day that Brian Earhart is like living in Charlotte right now. I haven't seen him once, but like people just like are like, hey, should I move to Charlotte to live there for a while? And I'm like, yes, dude, like come down here. I mean, maybe now is not the time to explore the culture, but when the parks open back up, yeah, you're gonna enjoy yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So our winners are Peter Surridge and Dave Lindberg. So congratulations to Peter and Dave on answering correctly.
Nice.
Philo Brathwaite, we had a ton of answers, and those are the first two that came with Philo. So good on you guys for remembering that, or whether it was a guess or whatever. I do remember real quick that night we filmed the Ace. We freaked out because Nate Doss had just got on. I guess it was that same year, 2015, I think, at Memorial.
Yeah, I think
and
so.
So this was all very new. And then Billy Engel that same year, I think 2015 at GBO. And so we were just like, hey, people are getting aces on SportsCenter. This is crazy. And we caught the ace. And I just remember being in the parking lot on my laptop, like hurrying up, editing the video. And I didn't even know who Mo was, who now works for the Disc Golf Pro Tour as the media coordinator. And I remember that we all at least had him like on Messenger or something, Facebook Messenger. And I was like, hey, I got an ace. Do you think maybe we could use it? And he's just like, send it over. I'll do what I can. And we were on the East Coast, so it was already later than usual on SportsCenter. And I think it was like midnight by the time it got to like 11:50 slot or something for the highlights, and I fell asleep because it was just like we were like, I don't think it made it. I think Mo even told me. I think he told me like, dude, I think they're gonna bump it. It was on there, now it's not. And I'm like, okay, and I fell asleep, and sure enough, I wake up, and it's like, dude, it's on. And I'm like, no way. And we watch, and there it is, Philo Brathwaite, Jomez Productions on SportsCenter for the first time. I'll never forget it. Even though I was half asleep, I'll still never forget that moment, how stoked I was. And I shared it, and everyone was just like, I can't believe we did it. And now, like, here we are 5 years later, and it's like we've gotten to have so many more incredible shots. I know Nate's had one on, and Germ has witnessed plenty of them. But it's just crazy. It's crazy to see like how sensational those shots can look that guys like SportsCenter will pick them up and put them on, and it's just So
I remember I think it was 2014. I was hanging out at the D-Glow, and Ultimate Frisbee had made it onto ESPN2.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember taking a picture of the screen with my phone because it was just such a huge moment for Frisbee sports. And I was just so excited about what that could mean for disc golf in the future. And then, like you said, just the near future, next year at the Memorial, Nate Doss, and then Philo and Billy. And then obviously it's just like the steamrolled, like 2015, there was like 5 or 6 clips that made it onto ESPN. And I was just thinking like, wow, this is like, we're living in that moment where that little breakthrough that we're talking about is kind of happening right in front of our eyes. And we're still making it on SportsCenter every once in a while. Obviously Macbeth did that perfect round back at Toboggan. He had that 2.5 minute skit, not skit, but the whole segment, that was a huge moment for the history of the sport.
Yeah. Shout out to Mike Bergeron that works there at ESPN. Like that was even the one that took it from YouTube, recut it, and was like, hey, I got an idea. We got a spot for it. What do you guys think? And they were like, hey, well, it's basically already written and done, and handed over to Bucci Gross, and he put his little spin on it with the Macbeth thing, and it was just crazy.
That was great.
Yeah.
So
So
amazing.
it is. All right, as we start to wind down today, as always, we've got our Grip 6 giveaway. Thanks to those guys at Grip 6 Belt Company. So be sure to go to grip6.com/JomezPro and get entered in. Like I always say every week, things really just came to a halt, but Grip 6 was like, hey, we're still down to keep doing the giveaways, to keep supporting you guys. I know that Nate and Germ they've got their custom little belt boxes and stuff. I still haven't got my hands on one of those, but I do wear my Grip 6 belt every day. I honestly haven't even changed over since I started wearing it. They're amazing. So be sure to go over there and get entered. at grip6.com/JomezPro. Look at this. Like,
I'm,
this wasn't
This
like
guy.
this
I've got
wasn't
so many.
this wasn't like, hey Germ, we're gonna do the Grip 6 thing. This is just him in his closet real quick.
Yeah.
Just like-
He's a fashionable guy.
He really
He's got
is.
every combination.
Oh
boy.
man! So real quick, I do want to
Shit.
shout out the winner from last week from the Grip 6 giveaway, Jason Podger from Ontario, Canada. Congratulations, Jason, for winning that Grip 6 prize pack. We certainly appreciate having the support of them over there. As we continue through this crazy time, it's nice to have some consistency like that. Have the people in our corner along with all of you guys. So thank you so much. And I think we did it, guys. We're at the end of the 4th episode of SHOWMEZ Live. We had Simon, we had Matt, we had a great time. I know that we had, I'm pretty sure, I don't know the numbers yet because I've been obviously doing the whole show, but I saw somebody say something about it being like 1,700 people or something. And if that's true, I can't even believe it. I was looking for like
Prime
1,200.
time, baby.
I can't even, thank you to all of you out there on the internet, sharing the broadcast, engaging. The comment feed just goes like a mile a minute.
At least a mile an hour.
At least a mile an hour at a
Comments
snail's pace.
You sit there 10 minutes, you're going to see at least 5-6 comments run in. And
Oh my God, sorry. No, but we really appreciate it. So, as always, thank you for watching. Thank you to Nate. Thank you to Germ. Thank you to Simon. Thank you to Matt. Thank you to Michael and Matt and Jerry and Christina and Brian and everybody behind the scenes that makes this possible. Thank you to everyone out there watching. We certainly appreciate it. And we also couldn't do it without our Founders Club, the JomezPro Founders Club, over at patreon.com/JomezPro, the Follow Flight fam, the SlowMez Squad. Thank you all. We will see you next week, same time, same place, for another episode of SHOWMEZ Live. Nate and Germ, thanks, guys.
Mwah! Thank y'all.